Okay, I want to do this video real quick. Because I guess I'm getting kind of annoyed with the music industry or whatever like that and artistry, and I just want to just talk about it briefly. First of all, I want to go on record that for the last 10 years, I've been looking at artists and my favorite artists, and I have to say that one of my favorite artists of all time has to be Ameriie. And Ameriie is my favorite artist because I truly get from her that she truly does not give a fuck. Now, a lot of people will take that as a bad thing because they say, well, she don't care about success and her fans and this and that, whatnot, and the other, and she's just lazy, whatever like that. And then some people will see it as a good thing. Probably not really a lot of people. But my thing is, as far as you being an artist, you're supposed to create music that you want to create that inspires you. You're not supposed to bandwagon off of everybody else just to make a hit or something like that. Like I feel like when you go into music, you're not supposed to think about, okay, let me make a hit, because if you focus on that, then I feel like you're gonna make mediocre music because most of the time hits is mainstream. It is mainstream. And mainstream is like basic. It's like something that is catchy. Everybody can get, it can go, everybody can understand it or whatever. So it's kind of like dumbing it down. And it's like, you may see a vision and it may be very elaborate, but because you want to make success, you kind of dumb it down so everybody understands it, which is good because it's like, okay, everybody can understand my music is universal and stuff like that. But at the same token, it's kind of just like degrading your potential or what you really want to do. And album one, Ameriie was like full nice smooth R&B with All I Have. Then with her next album was Touch, and it was a little bit more, I don't really know what I want to say. I don't know if I want to say alternative or whatever, but like it was R&B, but it was a little, what I want to say, I think I want to say go-go sound or whatever, and it was on point. Her production to me is like always on point or whatever. And then she went into In Love and War, and I can talk about that one because like I was actually like into her completely at that point. It's like as far as every base of an artist, like I was already into her, but like at that time I was like really into music where I could like I would watch interviews and hear artists talk about them putting together their album and the creative process and this and that one on the other. And she was talking about the I forgot what I want to say, but like the tribulations in the relationships and the good and the bad and the up and the down, and sometimes it's not always just like exceptional or super bad. Sometimes there's a middle area, like a gray area, and which is like I thought was like so genius because I feel like with me and different stuff, everybody want to make me one kind of way. And it's like I'm not really all the way this way, all the way that way. There's a middle ground that nobody seems to want to cover, and I felt like in that album she truly did cover it. Um, Hello. Okay. Okay. All right. Bye. That was my mama. I was gonna end the video, but no, because I gotta continue. Um. Anyway, and the album was supposed to be like a fusion of R&B, funk, soul, and hip hop, which it really was. Which I was kind of upset that she didn't have "Why Are You" the remix on the album, which I think featured dang, I know it was Nas. I want to say Rick Ross and somebody else, but I can't remember. But I'm doing this video like based off of what's on the top of my head because um yeah, because I'll be like all day trying to figure it out. I really can't remember, but that was like a really great track. But I got it myself. Like I downloaded it somewhere or whatever. And I love that album. A lot of people did not love the album. A lot of people did not love her for that. But then I didn't really care too much because I'm like, I don't really care what everybody else think. And I felt like a lot of people that didn't like the album, they wanted her to be like this one thing. They took her as an R&B chick. And that was it. And they didn't want anything else from her. And it's like, I feel like I was talking about artistry. I feel like when you're an artist or a singer, whatever like that artist, when you came out, there wasn't really no expectations because you were brand new. Nobody really knew what kind of sound you were going to come out with until you came out with it. And as soon as you come out with that sound, everybody holds you to that sound for the rest of your career. Like if you're black, everybody wants to call you R&B, but you could be making a pop album, but because you're black, they're gonna label it as R&B. And I felt like that's what everybody been holding her to is like R&B. And I don't think it's fair because it's like she's an artist. You know, she's not just an R&B singer or whatever. That's not right. And I also feel like it's limiting her to sit up here and say she's R&B. And it's like, when did she ever necessarily say it's R&B? And because I feel like it's so much scarce. It's so scarce and rare for R&B music now. They want to hold her to that ground, and then if she try to reach success with other means of what she really want to do, then everybody still want to like go in on her. And I feel like if you have an open mind, you would really love And Love and War. It was a great album. It had some aggressiveness and some funk and rock like Tell Me You Love Me and Higher and Dangerous. I love all those songs. And then it had like some R&B kind of tracks like Pretty Brown, which I feel like is not really a ballad. It's more like a mid-tempo. More Than Love, which is like a ballad, but it's not like too smooth or whatever. It got a little funk in it or whatever. And Swag Back, that's like a really chill song or whatever. Red Eye was like to me like a promise. Like it was just like epic. The Flowers, talking about relationships or whatever, different people, people having to accept people for who they are and not everybody's the same and this, that, one on the other, blah, 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 whatever. Dear John, I guess that was about like a relationship with somebody who couldn't love her right and she was leaving them or whatever. And so this was their letter to them to show that they didn't really appreciate her in a relationship and now she's moving on, now she's over it or whatever. And I also like the way that the album was sequenced too. Like I feel like everything kind of told a story from each point on. Like Dangerous and Higher is like it's like those songs like when artists put out a single and then they make a video for it and then at the end of the video it kind of leads into like another song. Like that's kind of like how Dangerous and Higher, it's like you can tell that song moved on in perfect sequence with the next song. Like it was like kind of the same flow or whatever. So the sequencing of the album was really great too, which I feel like is very important. And then now she's coming out with, I want to say, her fifth album, which is Cymatika Volume 1, because between that album In Love and War and Touch, she came out with another album overseas, international, which was Because I Love It. And I actually have that album too. And that album was a lot of R&B, soul, and kind of funk. It was kind of like in the means of this, because she also said if you understood that album overseas and you had the album, you liked the album, then you would like this album. So in a way, it's kind of like the same light as that album, but I feel like it's a little bit more smooth and mellow than that one. No, I think that one is a little bit more smooth and mellow than this one. That's what I want to say. And it's a little bit more, I don't really want to say poppy. I guess you can kind of say that. Like, you really have to listen to it. Now she's coming out with Cymatika Volume 1, and oh my god, like I have like the interview for that, so like I can actually read stuff off of it or whatever. And she's talking about different stuff with trance and electronic and 80s new wave and the sense of sound and recording it in like a certain frequency, the DNA repairing frequency, and being inspired by different humans. Like I remember when she had colored her hair blonde or like a platinum blonde or whatever, she was talking about the people over, and I forgot what country, and they were like African American, but they had like their hair naturally grew like a platinum blonde or whatever. Like she does stuff because she's inspired by it and she really wants to do. She doesn't just do it like, okay, I'm gonna make a hit, so this is why I'm gonna make this song, or I'm gonna make the song to cater to this person. It's like she makes it because it inspires her. Like I feel like that's what a true artist is. And she was talking about the vocal approach of it too. Like she was thinking about that too, and kind of singing stuff in a kind of androgynous way, which you can hear on songs like Sodom and G. And it's another one that I can't remember the name of it because I actually had downloaded the snippet of it and then I kind of restarted my computer so I don't have it anymore. But you can tell her voice is very like androgynous, and it's just like so epic. And a lot of people are not gonna like the songs because they're not really open-minded and they want Ameriie to be like very R&B, but I mean it is what it is. If you take all that shit away and you just listen to the songs or whatever and take away all the negative thoughts or whatever, you would probably really enjoy it. And a lot of people want to say like, okay, well, she's just copying or bandwagoning or trending off of what everybody else is doing now, which is like electro and pop. But people like to simplize and they like to make stuff so convenient. Okay, the songs are electronic and trance or whatever and new wave, but if you listen to it compared to the other songs, it's like pop electro. It's not the same thing. A lot of songs out now is like more pop dance. Like this is like, I don't even know trance and electronic, but this is like she went into the root of electronic and dance and 80s new wave, and she made this album, and it's actually talking about something. It's just not like, let's fuck this, let's fuck that, oh, gay this, gay that, and just like some random shit in a song. Like it's actually talking about stuff. Like she just went just like so beyond epic with like this album, because like I heard those 3 songs and it was on point for those little snippets. Like I'm very, very highly anticipating this album. Like she does what she wants to do, and like it's just like she's so a part of the process of her album. Like I don't like quoting Wikipedia, but they do have like the sources to show that the stuff is confirmed. There's actual stuff that has been said or that's proof or whatever. And like I feel like what they say about her is like how I feel about her. Like they said, Ameriie may be one of the most underrated chicks in the game. Not only does she write her own songs, but she assists in the production, the creative process, and plays instruments on her own tracks. Like that's why I really love her, because she's multi-talented. Like I would really honestly like to meet Ameriie because she's so very talented. It's not just about, okay, I'm number one and I'm the shit, and then people like people because like they're number one and stuff like that. It's like she's actually talented. Like she actually inspires me, and she actually makes music, and not just music that people want so it can be a hit, but music that inspires her, that has some kind of meaning behind it, and it has some kind of quality, even if it's like electronic and trance and stuff like that. Actually has meanings to it. And even if it wasn't like a necessary song that's like really deep and talking about people and different things like that, the quality, I feel like of the production is also a quality wise thing too. It don't have to be quality as in like what is it talking about. um and they also said like her range, she possesses a full lyric soprano vocal range that spans 3 octaves, and she's known for an aggressive vocal delivery incorporated with a soulful and emotive distinct tone. Although the musical inspiration is broad, the arrangement of the material signature. Ameriie's strong, aggressive vocals, beautiful melodies, and lush harmonies, and continue to say that with her trademark raw, raspy, heartfelt delivery and her angelic falsetto, Ameriie is one of the music's most versatile, vocally honest artists, and that's how I feel about her. And there is proof to say that she does have a 3 vocal octave range. She's a full lyric soprano. There's a video by one of my good friends here on YouTube, and let me figure out, Angel Fully, is it her who made that video? Yeah, it was her. She did it. And my other friend here on YouTube, she created other videos about Ameriie's vocal range of different albums and stuff like that and songs, and her name is Mariah Carey, #1 fan. And I just love Ameriie. Like she's so real and she's so true to herself, and she's not trying to do stuff for other people. She's doing stuff because she truly cares about the music. I mean, who actually sits up there, they write their own songs, they do their own vocal arrangements, which are like fucking on point and so unique. Sang their ass off, has over 3 vocal octaves of range, produces her own songs, is is completely into the creative process of her albums and the themes of them. Like if you ever watch or listen to any one of her interviews, you can see like how indulgent she is in the creative process of her career and of her songs and of her albums and stuff like that. Like she's just like so talented. Like she is, to me, music, in my opinion. I love her so much because she is not dumbing herself down for the industry and music and hits and stuff like that. Like she truly is a real artist. And I'm gonna stop the video right here because I don't want to keep on going because I have shit I have to do right now and it's going too far, whatever. So I'm just gonna end it right here. Peace.